Welcome to the You're in Charge podcast, prioritizing your self-care without sacrifice. I'm your host, Heather Dumas, healthy lifestyle strategist, owner and founder of HD Transformations Coaching Company. I am passionate about helping you juggle all the balls and look and feel like a badass doing it. I hate treadmills. I hate treadmills mostly because I hate running, but I also hate treadmills because it feels like you're doing all this work, but you're getting nowhere. And I just like to have some, I don't know, distance, I guess, for my efforts, some progress for my efforts. And I know a lot of times it can feel like when you're on this journey of trying to get healthier, trying to leaner, whatever it is, it can feel like you're on a treadmill. It can feel like you are doing, working, grinding, and it's not getting you anywhere. And it can be really, really frustrating and disheartening. But I want to tell you, one, it's normal. And two, it actually is a good thing to get frustrated. You're like, hell no, it's not. Yes, it is. I promise. When you're putting in all this effort and not getting anything out of it, or even close to what you feel like you deserve, it can make you want to quit. It can make you want to give up. But you need to remember that transforming your body, transforming your health, transforming your lifestyle is a process. It is a journey. It is not something that happens overnight. In fact, we don't want it to happen overnight. You can make it happen overnight with a lot of weird things, a lot of quick fixes, a lot of cleanses, and all these stupid things that make you lose weight overnight or seemingly overnight, but they don't last. And just like you didn't get to the state you're in now overnight, or even over a couple days or a couple weeks, you're not going to get out of it. Getting stuck, even though I know it's frustrating, or feeling stuck, is actually a good sign. It means that you're still in the game. It means that you're still putting in the effort. It means that you're still trying. If you weren't stuck, that would mean you weren't even trying. Maybe think of it that way. Think about the fact that frustration can be motivation. And also remember that you can't see everything that's happening below the surface. It takes a lot of time. And the older you get, yes, I know I always say that age is not that big of a deal. It is a bigger deal when it comes to changing your body fat and growing muscle and stuff. Not a huge deal. Not a huge deal. When you're a teenager and you're in your 20s, your body is still developing. Okay. So it's churning at a lot higher rate. When you start to hit your late 20s, your 30s, things do slow down. Now, does that mean that's an excuse to, be overweight or a reason to give up? No, I hope not. I hope that's not what you want. But it is kind of a reason for being frustrated. It's a reason for maybe not feeling like you're getting out of it what you did 10 years ago. When you're in your 20s, you can stop eating candy. You can go to the gym a little bit extra and things happen. Things change. When you're in your 30s, when you're getting past that point of your body developing, now it's undeveloping, if you want to think of it that way. That's kind of a yucky way to think of it. It's just hanging out. Things don't change as fast. So you may have been able to do some things in the past and get really quick results. And you may be feeling like, what the hell? It's not happening now. This isn't my body. This isn't what I look like. Things are shifting, whatever. If you're having kids, hello, that makes a huge difference in your body. It shifts things around, sometimes permanently. That is not to say that having kids is a death sentence for ever having a hot body. Okay. There are plenty of women out there that are banging after having babies. And it's not because they had all this plastic surgery. It's because they worked their asses off. It's because they ate right. They exercised. They took care of themselves. They made themselves a priority. And if you do that, you will get the results. Now, is it going to happen as fast as your neighbor or as fast as your sister? Probably not. You're going to have change at your own pace. And it can be frustrating. It can be frustratingly, agonizingly slow. But frustration is a sign of progress because it's a sign of engagement. So try to channel your frustration if you're getting to that point and channel it into motivation. Okay, well, you know what? Maybe I'm just going to put a little bit more effort in, or maybe I was going to give up, but I'm just going to stay the course. And I'll tell you, if you do things like working out long enough, it just becomes part of who you are. It becomes a part of what you do. And that's really my goal in my Revive program and with my clients, is to make it a healthy lifestyle lifestyle, permanent. This is just who you are and this is what you do. So give it at least that long. Give yourself long enough of doing it consistently until it becomes part of you. It becomes part of your day. It becomes not something you have to really make a decision about. The only decision you should be making is when it's happening in the day, not if it's happening in the day. Whether it's, and that I mean, working out, preparing meals, organizing meals, doing mindset work, whatever, right? So for me, I do several things every single day. I go for at least a 3-mile walk. Or do some sort of steady state cardio. I lift. I meditate. I usually cook a meal, sometimes two. Okay. Those things happen every day. Now, they don't happen in the same order. They don't always happen at the same time of day. It's pretty close because it's easier that way for me. But I'll give you an example. My son had a doctor's appointment recently. So I had to, and it was in the morning because that's the only time they can get you in. So I had to rearrange my stuff. And I went for my walk after the doctor's appointment and I worked out before, when normally I prefer to do it in the opposite order, walk, then work out. That's just the way it worked out. Sometimes I want to go do yoga or I want to do something else. And so I have to kind of swap it out. Maybe I can only get into yoga at a certain time. So again, maybe that happens after I lift than before. My meditation and my mindset work always happens first thing in the morning, period, the end. That's how it has to go. If it doesn't, I am a bear. And I would highly recommend getting your ass out of bed a little bit earlier. Now, I'm not talking at 5 a.m. You can get up 15 minutes earlier than you normally do, just to give yourself some time. That will help with the frustration. That will help with the feeling of stuckness. If you can get up and you can give yourself some time to remind yourself of your goals, to remind yourself that you are amazing exactly as you are, that you are enough exactly as you are. Do you have goals? Do you want to make progress? Sure. But that doesn't mean that you're not amazing as you are. If you can give yourself time to do that in the morning, making sure that it's a priority for you to do the things you need to do, and I forgot to mention the meal part. I usually prep that the night before or in the morning, I throw it in the crock pot. Making time to do the things that make life better. They just make life better. And if you do it long enough, if you every day is no matter what I work out, no matter what I go for a walk, no matter what I cook me dinner, sometimes it's in the crock pot first thing in the morning. Sometimes it's fresh for the evening. Sometimes it's, throwing chicken in the oven and leaving and coming back when it's done. But dinner got cooked. Okay. Do it enough days, enough weeks. They keep changing it about how many days and weeks it is to create a habit. Do it long enough that it becomes a habit for you. I know for me, it's pretty easy for me to create habits. When I decide to do something, it happens. I don't need 22 days or 66 days or 10,000 repetitions or whatever the hell it is to make it a habit. I decide, because I'm in charge, that this is going to be part of my day. When I started meditating, God, it was like 6 years ago now, which is crazy to think. I didn't know anything about it. I just knew that all the most successful people in the world did it. So I was going to do it. And I started doing it and I sucked at it and I was a total hack. But then I reached out and I found a coach to help me out. She set me on a plan. I meditated a certain amount every day on certain things, blah, blah, blah. It became a habit. Now I don't even think about it. It's just part of my day. Okay. Same with exercise. Same with cooking or not cooking. If you don't want to cook, great. Figure out something else. Figure out a meal service. Delegate it to your partner or your kids or whatever. Making what matters to you a habit every day and doing it. It can feel like a grind. It can feel frustrating. It can feel like I'm doing this every single day and I've been doing it for 90 days and everyone says 90 days. It may not be 90 days. You may not see change in 90 days. If you haven't seen some sort of change, you're definitely not doing it right. But you're not going to be all the way there in 90 days. So if you have been doing something for a significant amount of time, whether it's working out or eating right or whatever, or doing all the things for more than 90 days consistently, we've got to talk. There's something broken. You're doing the wrong thing. Good job on being consistent. Now let's figure out the right thing so you can be consistent doing that. But I just want you to know, if you're frustrated, it's a good sign. It means you're still in the game. Frustration can be a sign of progress. It can be just a sign of, I don't know, it's like, it's a attaboy or attagirl, right? If you're frustrated, it means you've been doing it long enough, and high five for that, because most people don't even do that. Most people can't stick to anything for 5 freaking minutes. The daily grind is part of the journey. It's an important part of the journey. And during the grind does make you stronger. It builds different muscles. And I don't know if you've read Atomic Habits, but one of the things, that's a great book, by the way, you should definitely read it. One of the things he talks about is habit stacking. And why? Because if you can do one habit, it's easier to do a second habit. So even if what you're doing right now is not working, even if you're frustrated, even if you're stuck, you can take comfort and be proud of the fact that you did something consistently for a significant amount of time. And like I said, if you've been doing it for 90 days and nothing's changing, okay, we know that you can be consistent. We know that you can stick to something. That is huge. By the way, that is what most people cannot do. So you're already winning in my book. Now you just have to figure out the thing that is going to work to stick to. If you're like, well, I thought I knew the thing. I know. This is what we do. It's hard. You go through trial and error. And if you think about it, if you try a thing and you do it for 90 days and it doesn't work, you try another thing and try it for 90 days and it doesn't work, you're 6 months down the road and you probably went backwards. That is the reason you get a coach. That's why I got a meditation coach. That's why I've gotten business coaches. That's why I've worked with mindset coaches and all the things, because you can hack it. You can DIY it. You can try this and try that, and you can grind it out. But if you're grinding it out doing the wrong thing, all you're doing is proving to yourself that you can be really consistent. Take that as a win, because you got to take the little wins where you can, and then find someone to help you with whatever it is. If it's me, amazing. I would love to help you. If it's not me, great. Please just find someone. Find someone to shortcut it. Don't DIY it. You know, if you're trying to learn how to meditate and it's not working, or you're trying to learn how to manifest and it's not working, or whatever, reach out, because I have a lot of friends that are amazing coaches, by the way. So if I can't help you, I guarantee you, I know several coaches that are highly qualified, and I can help you connect with them and decide. But I don't want you to see the grind as a negative thing. See it as a positive thing. See it as you are consistent. You're capable of being consistent. You are capable of sticking to something. You are capable of putting in the work. Now, either keep grinding and know that it'll happen. If you haven't been doing it long enough, or you're starting to see a little bit of progress, keep going. It's going to happen. If you've been doing it for 90 days specifically with your physical body and nothing is changing, call me. We need to have a conversation. We need to get on a strategy call and figure out where the holes are, because I guarantee you're grinding away at the wrong thing. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you understand that you are amazing. And if you are grinding away, that's even more amazing, because you're ahead above the crowd. Most people are lazy and don't stick to anything. You're in charge of how you see it. You're in charge of how it ends. So ask for some help or keep going, whichever one applies. Good luck. Keep me posted.
Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, you're in charge. You're the only one who can create the life and the body you desire. You and only you. I'm here to guide you. I'm here to cheer you on, and occasionally to give you the kick in the ass you need to make it happen. But at the end of the day, it's up to you. If you found value in today's episode, please hit subscribe. It'll bring all the newest episodes to the top of your list. You won't have to worry about it. One less thing. And I would love for you to share it with your most stressed out, frazzled friend. She needs it even more than you do. If you have a question or a topic that you'd like me to cover, reach out, shoot me a message on any of the socials or directly on my website. I would love to hear your idea, your question, and I'm always looking for new ones. Until next time, keep being the badass you are, and remember, you are in charge.